Hi, so I'm here to talk to you today about a new yoga journey that I'm on, prison yoga. So today was my first day going to Rikers Island. I'm sure many of you know Rikers Island is the largest correctional facility in New York City. It's probably, on average, probably about 12,000 inmates there on any given day. I wanted to start teaching yoga to people who I feel like were really in need of this practice. So I connected with Prison Yoga Project, and today was my first day going to Rikers Island. I actually didn't teach the class today, but however, I did take a class alongside students at Rikers Island. So just like some, just like backstory or just like in terms of just like getting there. I live in Brooklyn, right? So I live in Brooklyn. I had to take two trains and two buses to get to Rikers Island. It's crazy. I mean, if you were trying to escape from there, like you probably have to be Houdini to escape from there, for real. Um, so you finally get out there, and it's just a lot of process. You check in at the airport. I have an ID from the Department of Health, but you have to switch it up for or exchange it for a Rikers Island visitor's ID. So you do that, and then pretty much every time you turn a corner, there is, a correctional officer, and you have to flash your ID. You get a stamp on your left hand that is like a certain like glow in the dark shade. I don't know, but basically you put it under a light and they can tell whether it's authentic or not. So the class that I was a part of today, it's a group of women who basically are getting ready to get out. They all have less than a year left in their sentence, whatever. So that's definitely an interesting position to be in. This kind of like transition between prison life and being on the outside. So finally, like once you get into the dorm. In the dorm, you know, there's basically a center where there's correctional officers, and on either side there's a dorm. In the middle, there's a bathroom. And so when I say dorm, I mean dorm as in, a sleeping area for maybe, I don't know, like 25, 30 women. So it's just like 25, 30 beds, enough space to walk in between these beds. And that's it. And in front of that, there's kind of like a recreational all-purpose room. I'll say that. So I got there, and basically they were actually getting ready to eat lunch to receive their lunch trays. So we had to wait. It probably took an hour for the whole lunch thing to happen. After lunch happened, all of them, they clean up. Some of them that are having lunch in the dorm, like they choose to stay and do yoga, and others, most of them chose not to or had other things to do. Um, in that time, in that hour while we were waiting, I was just kind of like looking around and getting, familiar with where I was, just observing the environment. And it's just, there's TVs in each of the recreational rooms. So, they're watching Jerry Springer or they're watching the news, a lot of just like milling around, talking, maybe reading. But generally like nothing too crazy. I think the one thing, I think I thought that, I was going to see like a specific kind of person or like, these are people like if you saw them on the outside, like you might not ever know that they were, incarcerated. There's not a look to a person who was incarcerated, is what I'm saying. There's not necessarily a type in that sense. Finally we get ready for class. We walk around and kind of ask people, if they're interested, and they're interested to just sign up and, grab a map. So we set up in a circle, and the teacher that was teaching the class, she was really great. She had a lot of like unique ideas, things that I wouldn't have thought of to teach. And her class it was fun. I'll say there was probably 8 students. They were all really receptive. Some of them have done yoga before. A lot of them hadn't. They were very vocal. That's one thing, like, in a normal class, like they're not really talking to you or giving you feedback, but they're talking to you the whole time. Um, Yeah, but the class, it was really, really good. There were some things that, were pretty interesting. She did this laughing yoga thing, which, I've seen it, heard a little bit about it, but laughing yoga is basically this idea where, you laugh for a period of time, and even if you're not, happy when you're doing it, like you're just faking it, you still feel happy when you finish, or happier than, when you first started. So we started, laughing, and, we're all laughing for like 30 seconds. And while we're laughing, one of the correctional officers comes out and he's like, he kind of just like peeps out because I think he thought that something was happening or they were like causing a ruckus, but it wasn't even that. Everyone was actually just having like a good time. But yeah, it was really, really good. Like I wasn't expecting it to be anything like it was. I don't think you could ever really be prepared or know what to expect in a situation like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to more prison yoga adventures. Hopefully I'll be back there next week, either, observing another class or, finally teaching. But we'll see. I'll keep you posted. Take care.